It still says off air. Now it says live.
Can you hear me?
Things. Now I
What?
just have to figure out how to figure out the chat. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? I don't know if anybody else can hear us because I don't know what I'm doing. So let's see if I can figure out the chat situation.
I should have turned on my other computer so I can watch the chat over there.
Yeah, I'm turning on this thing over here, and then I'm going to mute it. Mute it. And now I can see the chat, and She's Bubble Nest can hear me. What's up, girl?
She.
Got it. Okay. I have coffee. Everything is fine. I also have Joseph Harden for some reason. I found him.
What's up, YouTube, and all my fish keeping friends?
Yeah, he's hanging out. Hi, Daryl. Hi, Keith. Hi, Sandy. Doctor's Experimentus. Hello. How's it going? We're not frozen or anything. This is actually working, correct?
I'm trying to find it myself. How's everybody doing out there in fish tank land?
Nobody knows.
Okay,
yeah, I think it's working. Look, I did things, guys.
Sweet.
I'm going to have a late day at work today because I didn't get all water changes done. I got 2 more racks and a 240 to water change, so I got to go back into work today.
It's funny you say a late night, and I'm like, you mean 4 in the morning?
Yeah. Yeah, probably like 4 in the morning. That's accurate.
Yeah, I was surprised y'all were up, but I figured, I mean, it made sense. What's his light cycle? I mean, what's his schedule on his light?
Everything starts coming on at about 5 o'clock, and it comes on in like waves so that it doesn't just all turn on and scare all the fish.
Right, right.
And it stays on until about, I think the last thing goes off at like 2 a.m., 2:30. Lucas's life. But that's when we're working, so works out. Sometimes you got to turn the light back on because you're still working, but that's okay.
Right. What's the thing too? I get to change everything now because, well, I have a new job Monday through Friday, 10 to 6. So I'm looking at changing my light cycle to like 6 to whatever. I like 7 hours. Anything more than 7 hours, I just feel like can be a little, maybe 8, but just with algae and stuff. And
do you think that's going to bug your fish, changing your light cycle?
Yeah, but once it's changed, it'll stay that, be overnight, and then they'll. I think that there's a lot worse things you could do to a fish, but yeah, no, I mean it'll happen, and then I won't change it for who knows how long because I'm now got the house to myself, and then as long as I have that job, that should be my schedule, and then I can film. And it's kind of, I've always been jealous because everybody that I know, not everybody, but a lot of people I know, they're playing with their tanks at 11 or 12 at night and the lights are all on. And I'm like, in the relationship, the situation I was in before in a small studio apartment, lights were off. She wanted the lights off at 9. So that because all the light would shine right into the bedroom, and it was kind of abrasive. So the cycle was 2 to 9. And so by 9 o'clock I was done. I had to get everything I wanted done by 9 or, and I could only film on Saturday and Sunday were my filming days, my batch filming days. Now I can film Monday, 7 days a week whenever I want, which is really cool.
I just film whatever's going on. Dan Slee's here. What's up, Dan Slee?
Dan Slee.
He says, nice ninja fry hunting skills, by the way. I found some stuff.
Ginger Grave, I just wanted to say thank you for last week's super chat because I can't, those things get to me. You had given me a super chat and I got sidetracked. I'm a nut, and I never said thank you, but I thank you for that. I've been waiting like the next time I see her in a stream or a chat to say thank you.
Oh, Lucas bred unidentified tetras, and I found them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You were like, but no. Supposedly yesterday you found like 4 different. You had not unidentified, but like altogether like 4 different species of fry in tanks.
Tetras, the unidentified tetras. I found like 5 drape fin barbs, a couple cherry barbs. I found, what else did I find? Oh, Percatopus similis. Finally got those to breed. It's something else. Something else I don't remember. I should name them Ninja. Yeah, right. I just like to look in the tanks, man. I'm the one changing the water, so I like to spend a little time looking in the tank, see what I can see if there's anything in there, and I find things.
So how, like, the unidentified fry, like how big are they though?
They're super teeny.
So you have no
and rainbow fish.
So you have no idea yet, still, like where they. There's no chance of knowing where they came from, how they came about right now, like who the parents were, kind of thing.
The only thing that's been in there, he plays musical fish, so the only thing that's been in there is those tetras. So what he'll do is he'll put one species into the tank, and then he'll move it, and then wait and see if fry pop up. So I know what they are. They're those unidentified tetras. That's exactly what they are.
That's what what I'm doing right now is I just put, well, I just wanted to put a pair of them in there, but of these imperial tetras that we caught in July in Peru, they're Nigricinctus, I believe it is, and I put 4 of them, and I only put 4 because I couldn't, like, the only way to tell the difference between the male and female really is that the fins get a little bit more of a reddish, a little bit more of a red to them on the males, but when you catch them, they kind of lose that, they're stressed and they go pale very quickly, and it's like by the time you get to the other tank, it's hard to tell whether or not you got a male and female for sure. So I put 4 in there, but I have an infusoria tank in the kitchen, and I put 4 of these tetra in there. And I'm hoping that maybe today they will spawn, and then I'm going to go and pull them today and see if maybe in the next week or so or 2 weeks I see something. It's just one of them like you're do it and then you got to wait. Yep. Especially with things like tetra and stuff that have like these, microscopic fry, you're not gonna know. You gotta like leave the tank. Just gotta wait. Patience, patience.
You gotta put them in there. You gotta wait, and then you gotta take them out, and then you gotta wait.
Ginger Graves. Elliot's not doing good. It's worse now.
That's not good.
Unfortunately, it is definitely worse. And we were talking about it. There's a lot of different things. We got one issue that Seagrass completely unidentified this thing. They not unidentified it, but they totally had it on the invoice as a brackish water moray snowflake moray eel, and I've since now, and just in the last couple of days with putting the video out there and talking to people, I've had a few people help me positively identify it as what's called a river mud eel from like Thailand or something. So yeah, it could have very well this whole time been a completely freshwater eel that I've been putting in brackish water for 3 years. And then it's also a lot of these, most all of the eels that are in the trade or in the pet shop trade are wild caught. In Thailand and they eat them over there, some of those species. So it's just wild caught stuff from little wetland areas and muddy wetland areas. So he could have come in with whatever, and being a scaleless fish, I didn't want to get really heavy on the meds. Mm-hmm. What's that?
You played it safe. That's all right.
Yeah, playing it safe. And I don't, because of the meds, being a scaleless fish, I didn't go really hard on the meds. And I think that maybe he could have come in with something this whole time and just been suffering, and some kind of intestinal parasite just finally just took over. But there's literally like this to just a minute ago before I got on here, the lights came on at 2, but when I looked at him, there's literally like flesh hanging off of him. Like there's bits of stuff, tissue hanging. It wasn't like that the night before last. So pretty much that's it. Yeah, I don't like that stuff. So like people, I don't like those I try to keep all my content positive. Who wants to make a video of like my fish is dead or my fish is dying or my fish killed my other fish? I hate making those videos, but sometimes it's just reality is what it is. And
I just don't make those videos unless I have something to say about it. I just mention it in a live stream because, whoa!
Right. Rather than make a video, that's why I just want to do a live stream about it. But I mean,
there's a toddler trying to sneak in on us. Yeah, we're
Elliot
talking
the
about
eel.
the eel.
Yeah.
She's bubble nest. He's talking about his eel it's got problems. He's working out some problems with his eel. That's what we do in this hobby. We work out problems.
Mud eel.
It's a mud eel.
No, it's a freshwater mud eel.
Did you Google it? I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah, no, I had the DPK, which he's really actually he does a lot of really good research. He's here, he hangs out in a lot of the streams here on YouTube. DPK is really good, and he whenever I talk about get into infusoria microorganisms and stuff and really like scientific stuff, he does his research, and he'll throw me privately, he'll throw me little stuff, papers and stuff that he's read, reports and like college papers or stuff like that on certain things, and it's pretty cool. So he sent me some pictures and helped me positively identify it as like it's a Indonesia, Thailand or Indonesia or something like that, somewhere over there. It's just a freshwater mud eel, and it really didn't need any more salt than a beta. It probably didn't need any more salt than a beta fish. Like I'm sure as a scaleless fish, I probably would have always put just a pinch of salt to protect the fact that it's a scaleless fish and to soften the water a little bit with that, but or harden the water with that or whatever. But I wouldn't. Whatever. It's full brackish. The cool thing is I've got an Endler guppy hybrid living in brackish in there.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, these things are all over the place. Yeah.
They're in North America too. They're actually here in the Caribbean. We have them here in the Caribbean too. I've never found one in the wild, but there's only 5 species of fish on the island, and that's one of them. It's this little mud eel that's about 16 to 18 inches.
How do you only have 5 species of fish on an island?
Freshwater.
Oh, I guess because you're surrounded with salt water. Yeah.
So we have I don't even know if I know them all for sure. We have the local wild guppy, which I think is actually more like an Endler, but the university says it's a wild guppy. Then I would assume they've done the DNA testing and stuff and confirm that.
Never assume.
I'm not finished with that though. I think I'm gonna. Not interrupting you. I'm just saying I'm not finished with like researching it. I'm going to still send it to Adrian HD or anybody who's willing to spend their money to DNA test it. But to DNA test it, and maybe we can, or Adrian HD would put it under the microscope maybe, and maybe be able to positively identify it.
No, drop something.
But you've got the guppy. We've got a goby fish called the banana goby.
A banana goby.
And then we have a magic mullet. No, wait, I keep calling it a magic mullet. No. I don't know why. I know why I keep doing that. We won't go there. It's a mountain mullet.
A mountain mullet.
I keep calling it, when we won't go there. I just keep messing that up. That's my own problem. That's my own personal problem. Yeah. Anyways, mountain mullet.
You could rock a mullet if you wanted to, Joseph.
Right? No, my dad does.
You can pull it off. I'm just saying, you have to get a different hat.
I don't know. My dad has one. I don't want. I'm not gonna have a mullet because,
Why?
My dad literally has a mullet.
I heard you all 3 times, bro. But
he wears cowboy boots and carries a gun. It is.
I have boots.
I love the guy.
What's up?
Is he in the stream? My dad might even be here lurking.
Hey, Dad, what's up?
I love him to death, but
I'm a big fan.
He wears red cowboy boots, has a mullet, and carries a 9mm.
Well, now we know what's wrong with you.
He never used to.
Big Rich does have the best mullet on the planet. Mullets for life. I want to curl up on Big Rich's chest like a cat and go to sleep and live there forever. That's my hashtag life goals. Lucas said he's going to take me to Ohio Fish Rescue in May, and I'm going.
You're going to swim with it?
And I'm going swimming.
Swimming with the fishes?
Yes. And then I'm just going to.
I don't know. He put out a video today. Ohio Fish Rescue put out a video today that said, "What have we done?" Question mark.
Yeah, blue water.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if they really made a mistake or something bad happened. I don't.
They've got blue pond. They've got like blue water in there because they've been using pool dye.
Oh no.
Yeah. So they're trying to work that out with some plants. They were talking about getting a ficus tree, Survey says that's probably not a good idea because of the root structure on that thing. So
yeah, it'll turn into spaghetti. It'll be a hydroponic ficus farm is what he'll
yeah.
have.
Yeah. That's what people have been telling them. So
we actually have a problem with that here in the Caribbean because we have to hold all our own water supplies under our house. All the houses here, we don't have like city water. We get rainwater off of the roof, and in the basement or the foundation of the homes are cisterns, concrete, poured concrete or cinder block cisterns. And if you have a ficus tree living near your home, it will literally, the roots are strong enough to eventually get through a crack, create a crack, get into your cistern, and then they'll hydroponically, like they'll live off of the water in your cistern. And you go into your cistern and all of a sudden it's just spaghetti. It looks like spaghetti, all these little stringy roots all through your cistern, and it'll take over and then rip up, it basically push and open up a big crack in your cistern, and you'll lose all your water. Their ficus tree is actually Ficus benjamina. It's actually a it's almost invasive, not invasive, but it's like a pear. Ficus benjamina. I've done a lot of work with plants, with terrestrial plants, actually. I used to work with the university here, the University of the Virgin Islands, with the professor of botany and stuff, and I used to get paid $40 an hour to hike through the bush in the jungle, and we had to identify all of the significant trees. We do significant tree counts for the human environmental resource. What do we?
Sounds like we do.
In order to build a home, you have to prove that there's nothing endangered or anything on the property, right? So if you want to break ground on a piece of property, you have to have reports made in order to get the permits. So they would come to us as a subcontractor, and we would do a report and show all of the significant trees, identify whether or not there was any endangered species of shrub or hardwood on the property. And then that report would go to the DPNR, Department of Public Resources, Protection and Natural Resources. And then they could get their permit to break ground. So we were just, a bunch of plant nerds that would hike through the woods for months at a time, comb the land and tag trees.
A whole lot of red tape. That sounds like a whole lot of federal red tape.
No, but literally red tape. It's funny you say that, because what we do is you hike through the jungle, and you take every tree over 6 inches in diameter at your breast height. At this point, if it's 6 inches in diameter, at this point on, if you walk up to it and you measure it 6 inches in diameter, it's considered a significant tree that needs to be cataloged, recorded, and put on a GPS, like on a 3D map. We would make these 3D maps of the property, but you tag the tree with a piece of red tape, and you number it and identify what species it is on the tape, and then log it into a GPS unit, a mobile device with you, and then go to the next tree and tie it with red tape. So it was literally thousands of feet of red tape.
It's ridiculous.
900. That's all we did was
the importance of it. Because
it is important, though. I mean, it was
that's very important. My whole thing is, like, if I want to build something, though, and this is my land, and like, I'm gonna ask forgiveness, not permission, all day, because this is my land.
On my Facebook page,
whatever.
On my Facebook page, there's a picture of me with a purple bandana and cargo pants, all out in the jungle. But I'm up in a tree. I'm standing in the middle of a tree where it splits off, and this is like a 300-year-old tree. And I took that picture and I crawled up in that tree because I had this like tree hugger moment. I tripped. It was okay. It wasn't bad, but I was like so sad because I knew the plans for the property. It was going to be a golf course, and I knew that tree was right in the middle of a hotel, and it was going to be gone. And it was a 300-year-old tamarind tree. And it was beautiful. It was so big that the branches would go up, come back down, touch the ground, like 20, 30 feet out. They'd touch the ground and go back up again. That's how old and how big the tree was. It was crazy.
That's sad. That's getting
But it's just like, it hit me and I got emotional, like almost teary-eyed. And I had to get up in that tree and make them I want a picture with this tree, because I know this tree is going to get destroyed and die. And like, at least I get a picture with it. Like, I don't know. I feel like as humans,
I appreciated the picture.
Yeah, I just feel like as humans, we're curators. Like when you think about it, and I've said this before, we're fish keepers. We're not fish owners. Just like
Nature's cool. We're just keeping it.
exactly, just like being a beekeeper. You don't own those bees. When those bees want to leave with the queen and she's ready to go, they're gone. They're gonna fly and take off and swarm and go 3 miles down the road. We don't own any of it. We don't own. It's like we don't own each other. We don't own these animals. We're keeping them. We're curators. I feel like as humans, we're here on this planet to protect it, right? So,
Yeah.
not to get real deep, but that's part of why I keep fish. Especially.
No, I agree with that. I just think that in today's society, you've got to take a little bit different of an approach to it, just because we're never going to fix what's happened already, ever.
Yeah.
It's absolutely impossible to reverse the damage that human beings have done on our planet. And even though it's impossible to reverse it, you have to understand that, like, you just have to focus on what you can do, because you're going to be depressed as all get out if you just constantly think about how horrible other people are.
Like, well, I think the key is not to get. I'm not depressed about it. I just feel like being raised Native American, growing up in like kind of more of an alternative household and whatnot. I feel like it's our responsibility. Still, we're the caretakers, and we still need to try to do what we can. We're not going to be able to turn things around completely, but we can still.
Dwayne got it. Dwayne, that's the attitude of everyone on the planet right now, is that we're living on an ATM and that we're just going to be able to pull stuff out of the ground all day long, whatever we need, whatever we want, and it's not going to work. And until that mindset changes on a massive scale, the only thing you can do is be a good person. Say the right things, be a good person, because we're never going to change everyone's mind until they're ready. And that's going to take something big. It always takes something stupid and big, and then.
Well, that's a funny. I know it's funny too, because like when I talk about with some people some people the other day I was in a live stream and we were talking about my blue tetras that I got from southern Peru and from the Madre de Dios River Basin, which is the original location for these fish, which is the Tambo Batata River, Tambo Batata River, I believe that's right, which is in the Madre de Dios River Basin. That whole area is endangered because of illegal gold mining. It's just being polluted with the mercury. So it's like, and it almost at a point where like these fish are about to be extinct in these locations. They're on the red list. They're at least concerned right now because there's a lot, just how it is. But I don't know. The thing is like I can keep them here and I can have them, but people ask you like, why are you doing this? You take them and you're going to breed them in captivity to conservation, but are you going to ever return them to the wild? And that's the messed up thing, is it's like in some of these places we're never going to be able to take them and put them back, because the land's tainted, the water's tainted, that you can't take them back. There's mercury in the water, and until that is changed.
The whole reason for trying to tank breed things like that is because we're destroying their habitats. Like, honestly, the argument that we use to breed wild caught fish that we're trying to save them from the habitat wouldn't even be a good argument if people weren't destroying the planet. You want people to stop keeping wild fish? Recycle, because then we won't have to keep them alive. The planet will keep them alive.
Stop buying Chinese.
Don't like.
Stop buying Chinese gold.
Right, like not only that, but like
it's tough.
The road fish, they're going to be extinct if somebody doesn't do something about it, because they only come from 2 different river systems, or not even river systems, like estuaries in the Niger Delta. And the Niger Delta is like war-torn oil palm field ridiculousness, and nobody even knows or cares. They're just like, yep, it's Africa. Like, no, dude, that's like a piece of our planet where there are species, like all the oddball species you see, those come from Africa, man. Africa's got the coolest freshwater fish. They've got cool saltwater fish, and we're just destroying that place, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I got an invitation to Zambia to go to Lake Tanganyika.
Really?
I'm like, that's awesome, but I mean, it's not like someone's paying for it.
I want to go to Africa so bad. I just feel like I would either die or
I've had invitations to a lot of places, but like I looked at the plane ticket and it's like $4,000 just for the airfare round trip to go to Zambia. And I mean, he would let me stay at his house probably, and he's going to take me out collecting, and I could interview him, and we got content and this and that. But
hey, Dwayne,
it's a lot of money.
Dwayne said we can't be arrogant about how poverty-stricken people find a way to make money in a place there's no money. As black and white as it is, the truth is more gray. I agree 100%.
No, true. Yeah.
There is no black and white, and the whole reason why like these rope fish are in our hobby is because it's not an easy thing, but it is a commodity that the people that live there, in with nothing, can send out into the world and make money on. So you can't be mad at people for just doing their jobs, but you can also gotta figure out how compliance works with your morals, and it's a very gray area, which is why I don't take a stance on it like hard either way, because if you do, there is an exception to that rule. You have to be a good person. You have to just look at a situation and try to do what can be right in that situation. Like, yes, the rope fish that I have in that tank are wild caught. I took them out of the wild. Is that 100% the best situation for them? Maybe not. Do I do the best of my ability to take care of them in a way that they are like they are in the wild, and I'm trying to breed them? Things like, yeah. So you have to like balance it. I'm a Libra. It's all about balance. Life is about balance, and you can't just say this is wrong or that's wrong or blah 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 whatever. So yes,
well, right. Well, and what Dwayne is getting at too there. I mean, we were both there, and when you see these little villages, these gold washing villages up in the mountains in southern Peru, and these people, they're just trying to feed their families. And when the Chinese come in and say, hey, we're going to pay you this much money to wash gold, it's like, and then at the same time, the Peruvian government is holding the people down and keeping the people under control through poverty. These people they're desperate to do what they need to do and to feed their children. I mean, and so it's like, it's hard to put the blame, but that's the cool thing with things like Project Piaba, where they're actually trying to go in and do, they can't do everything, but try to go into these villages and teach the local people best practices. So like, you can make money and feed your family, but there's also like, there's a balance. So like, do it right and protect the fish, and you can still make money and feed your family. Yeah. But that's at the same time, then you can go, like we were talking about it. I don't know which way we were talking about it, but there was places where like, Corey's he was talking about it that way. But yeah, I mean, if we took the wrong turn,
you gotta go to work.
No, if we took a wrong turn when we were in the mountains, you don't want to run into illegal gold miners on a river and with M16s. We would be dead. So it was really kind of a weird situation to be in, where we're driving down the road and you can see down the hillside illegal gold miners, and we're going to go up the road a few hundred miles and go collect fish and just hope that we don't run into gold mine. I mean, we knew where we were going because of the guides.
Eventually.
It was crazy though. It was really sad though to see like the water running red, to drive down the highway and look down these beautiful rivers and these beautiful vistas and mountains, and the air was so clean and it seemed so beautiful. But when you look down the river and you see it running red, and we knew that was all. There's not all, but there's mercury in there. They're stirring it all up, and all the fish are going to die in those rivers. We never collected from rivers that were red. We never collected from infected areas with mercury, because they would have died before they got home. Anyways, probably.
Yeah, sorry, I'm getting distracted because I'm being called into work.
Lucas?
Yeah, he's texting me. He saw that I was live and being a nerd, and he's like, I need my water changed. No, I think seeing that in person would affect me pretty deeply, because I've seen some people do some really messed up things to some waterways, but watching something run red like that, I think would be a little bit much.
We'd all get quiet. We all get quiet in the van, and Dwayne knows what I was talking about. I mean, we were all looking out the window and like, me, Dwayne, Corey, Dean, and Michael Barb. It's like there's nothing to say. We're all like in silence. We watch and as we're driving down the highway and look at it, and it hurt us more than anybody else on that highway because we were fish nerds and we knew what was.
You actually see what's happening.
Yeah, we felt it, and it was just like, man. And there's no control because they pay off the government. They pay off the Peruvian government, the gold miners, the Chinese, really.
Everybody pays off everybody. That's how you get stuff done, bro.
Mm-hmm. So you got to go do water changes.
Apparently, yeah. I told him I'd come in today and finish up. I had 2 more racks and a 240 to do before I was done for the week because I had to change everything this week and only had 3 days to do it. So, and then we had to go to storage and put up all the racks and stuff from the shows because next week is Missouri and he won't need the rack system because it's just a swap. But I am going to get to meet Gary Lang, so I'm pretty stoked about that. And then I think we're going to Chicago to the GCCA. Oh, look, JH Aquatics is here now. But I told him I had to wrap up my live stream, so I think I got a minute. I'm not like in a huge rush. I'm still in my pajamas, so I got to change and all that nonsense. Bear's going to have to make more coffee because there's not enough coffee to get me to work.
Jason, Mr. B.
Hi, Jordan.
Jordan.
Love.
Jordan, the beta's looking good. The beta is happy. He's up here. Yeah, you can see him right there. It's a 3-gallon on the corner. On the top, next to the 55, is a little 3-gallon up there. My little nano aquascape. But the beta's doing. The beta's doing good though. I just I would like to have more like some bigger live food for him. I get I've been collecting. I do a thing outside with a bucket and I get mosquito larvae, which is really nice. But besides that, he's getting dry food, and I just would like to have like some red worms or something like that.
Amber is here from slicing onions at work.
Nice.
Hello, Amber, I love you.
No tears in cutting onions.
Burn those onions and put soy sauce on them. That's how you eat them. It's delicious.
In their red, at least the red onions. I don't know. I would prefer red onions. I don't know. I prefer red onions over white.
Jaden, shush.
I guess red. Actually, I think reds are actually. I think reds are actually a little spicier, but I like my red onion. I've always in Italian restaurants we always use red. I don't know. I don't really eat white onion anymore. I
know nothing about the difference in onions. All I know is I like the Spanish onions because they're big.
Yeah, there's a technique. I mean, not on a slicer, but there's that technique you've ever heard. You can you cut an onion underwater, and then you don't have to worry about it.
Or you can chew gum, or you can whatever, or you can wear sunglasses because it's just the chemicals of onions getting onto the layer on the outside of your eye, and your eye trying to get rid of it, and it's like an oil, so you can't get rid of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I would just go into the walk-in and sit in the cold in the freezer or the walk-in, and just that was like my saving grace when I was in the restaurant industry. Go into the walk-in and cry for a minute and just let the cold air would help.
Dwayne says you ate white onions in Peru, bro.
We did. No, I mean I don't when I go to the store. I like my red onions. Yeah, we ate all kinds of weird stuff in Peru. What was picuru? That was the good one. It's like this big wild rat rodent thing. It's big.
That sounds delicious.
Oh no, yeah, it was actually. It was really good. I enjoyed it. We had llama soup, right? We had llama soup, and they dehydrate the meat. It's like llama jerky, and then they add it to a soup to reconstitute it and soak up the water, and then let it cook with the soup and really get the flavor into the soup. But it's actually like it was like a llama jerky that was added to a soup, and that's how it was weird. We didn't have the other one that I wanted to have. What was it? I know I can't even think of it because I got stuck on the picuru. But there's the guinea pig. They eat guinea pig down there too. But
guinea pig is delicious. I've had that before.
We didn't. It was everywhere on the roadsides, but they all looked like really sketchy places. There was some sketchy places to eat down there. Like
guinea pig is one of the most sustainable meats, other than rabbits, per square foot that it takes to raise.
There you go.
You got to think about space and volume when you're talking about meat production for the apocalypse. Guinea pigs and rabbits.
Hey, salt and pepper and garlic. It works. I mean, you know what I mean? Come on.
You can live without that.
Huh? You can do it without that, you said?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, I mean, this little salt and pepper and garlic will definitely change a lot of things.
You're just covering stuff up, bro. You got to taste the meat.
Right.
Amber's sous chef is currently weeping because the onions are fighting back.
Yeah.
Oh, Amber's in a battle with onions. I got to go change water. I don't know what you're doing, but
I'm going to be changing water too. At least about 50 gallons.
How many tanks are you going to do?
Well, 50 gallons. 1, 2, maybe actually just 3 because it's like really like maybe more.
I'm going to do 31 and one of them's a 240 gallon.
Yeah.
You want to see who gets done first?
Right. There you go. There we have like the fish keeping Olympics, right?
Yeah, you
like,
want to have a race? I bet I can do more tanks than you faster. And with RO water.
Something we could do at one of these Aquashella events or something. Make this contest. Like, who can do a water change the fastest?
If we get into a speed and perfectionist contest with changing water, I'm gonna win, bro. Because I run through 300 tanks every 2 weeks at least, and there's little tiny baby fishes in there. There's hordes of guppies in there. I got the lock on that game.
Full Moon Aquatics. You guys are doing math. I gotta go.
I'm just counting. That's not math. I failed that. Bye, Dan. Dan Slee had to leave.
See you, Dan. Let's see if I see. Diva, how are you? Good to see you in the chat.
Who could I take on in a water changing contest? Who else changes a lot of water manually? Beer equals beer. Bear equals beer. Quick, Haley, drink fast. Bear. Okay. I need 2 pickled eggs. Lucas will never call you in on a work last minute again. It's not last minute. I told him yesterday I'd come in because I didn't get everything done because I had to finish the whole garage and we also had to go to storage and also I've had a long 2 weeks and I'm a little bit tired dragging. So plus I can only go as fast as the RO unit goes and I would have been there till like 5 o'clock in the morning yesterday and this morning. I don't know what day it is.
Saturday. I know you were like talking to me about. I think you thought it was Sunday or something.
I never know what day it is, bro. They run together. When you're awake during the change of day, and like the day just doesn't end, and then you go to sleep and it's the same day as it was when you were awake before, but you've been to sleep. Stuff gets confusing, so I'm not always like fully aware of exactly what like day in the week it is.
Right. So I don't want to be. I feel weird asking you about Lucas's stuff, but how many? He's got endlers, but how many? Like how many different kinds of endlers does he really have right now?
A lot. A lot. He's got some that are creations of his own. He's got those Japanese blue star endlers. He's got rainbow tiger endlers. He's got 2 different variations of those because he's working on a 2.0 version of the rainbow tiger endler, which are boss looking. What else does he's got a whole bunch of stuff in there, man. Can't name all that stuff. Hang on.
Oh, I didn't know how many. Like when it comes to.
Hang on, I got lists, bro. I made lists. Those are all the guppies. So this is my list of all of his guppies. It's a very long list.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. This is the rainbow list, and these aren't complete lists. I'm just working on them. Corridoras, shrimps. This is the list of all of the killifish that are in quarantine that are going to be for sale. Can you even see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all the killifish.
Nice. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
No, you don't even know. Okay, endlers. Wild black bar endlers, red tiger endlers, rainbow tiger endlers, starburst blue star endlers, Japanese neon blues, your steak endlers, lime green endlers, rainbow tiger endlers 2.0, leopard longfin endlers, rainbow snakeskin endlers.
So he does have the blue star.
Stars.
He's got a variation of a blue star.
Yeah, and then double sword endlers and white cross endlers. And then he's got a bunch that are like combinations that he's made himself.
Yeah, I was admitting to lately. I've been admitting the fact that, like, I've always felt weird to say when people ask you, "What's your favorite fish in the hobby?"
Endlers.
I want to endlers.
I have somewhere to go. Like, rope fish are my favorite. Y'all are lucky because your favorite fish has multiple different fish. You can get all different kinds of endlers. There's only one kind of rope fish.
Yeah.
So at least you get multiple favorites.
But mine is specifically the stack or steak, or it's a German word.
Steak.
It's the last name of.
I think it's steak.
Stack.
Look at
Anyway,
stack endlers.
Staeck.
Yeah.
That's the last name of the German doctor that found them in Venezuela.
Big Easy wants a pleco list. I can't find them. I don't know where the funk they're at.
The Lago and the location was, I'm trying to remember, El Lago de los Platos in Venezuela is where they come from originally. El Lago, which means the lake of the plates. The lake of the plates.
Factoids.
In Venezuela. But yes, I'm in love with that Endler, and I want them.
They're pretty adorable.
And if I get them here on the island, I'm gonna do hundreds. Like, I'm gonna do 100, like 200-300 gallon grow out tubs outside, and just.
Thank you, Jordan. I love you. I love Jordan.
And let them go.
Plecos for me, Big Easy. I found a baby pleco in the 125 in the garage. That's the other thing I found. Baby pleco in the 125 on the bottom in the garage yesterday. I was like, what are you doing in there, bro? Don't know where he came from. Somebody had babies in there.
Oh, I found 3 guppy babies in one of my heavily planted tanks. That was a surprise. I've been waiting a long time for that to happen. And then I was doing a water change, and they came out of the bushes. Came out of the plants or whatever. And so just 3 of them in there. That's the interesting thing with the local wild guppies, which makes me think that they are actually like more like an Endler or something. When they give birth, they only give birth to like 3 or 4 fry at a time.
Hey, Bear. Did you switch the laundry?
No. Which is... A lot of Endlers only give birth to like 3 or 4. They give a smaller clutches or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's why I keep thinking it is more of maybe an Endler possibly. I mean, like they'll do like 3 or 4 fry. That's it. Each time around on the local wild guppies, but they're small. They are pretty small. That's another reason why. And the characteristics, they have a lot of the same patterns. They're not perfect. They don't breed perfectly true, but they...
These are my dream guppies. They're over here being adorable. I have to move this camera. Well, there you go. You see my dream guppies over here? I love them.
Nice.
These are my albino galaxies. These are my favorite guppies ever. Come here, guys.
But you have females in there, too. Oh, yeah. In the back.
They just had babies, though. There's like probably 3 or 4 more babies I'm going to catch out of there. I got a whole grow out tank of them over there. I got like probably 40 or 50 of them.
Did I sign those shoes?
I don't know. I kept forgetting people ask. I don't know. Let's see.
I think so.
I probably told you to. You don't always listen.
No.
Whatever.
Nice.
No, but the king of DIY signed them.
Nice.
I got him down on his hands and knees to sign my shoes.
Right.
It was amazing.
Well, I'm sure I'll see those again.
Yeah, I'm going to have to bring them out. I have a dragon outfit for Chicago Aquashella, a new one, so I'm going to bring back Rainbow Dragon, and then I have a new dragon that will be making an appearance at Chicago Aquashella. So
and we've got the new dates now finally, too, so it's going to be, what was
that?
Yeah,
I don't know, just get in the van. That's what I do.
Right. No, it changed because originally Aquashella Chicago was going to be in August, and the dates are now September 27th through the 29th.
That's my birthday.
Yeah, but it's also that means it's going to be 3 days, not 2 days.
Yeah, because
I
it's
guess,
epically huge.
or at least maybe they mean that because they'll do like what they do this last
With
time
the
around, where
Friday with
Friday,
the VIP
yeah,
thing.
the VIP thing on a Friday night, right?
Yeah.
So maybe that's what they're going to do. It's the same, but yeah. So September 27th through the 29th in the White Eagle events. And then it says White Eagle events. I don't know if that's the actual location of the building, the convention center, Niles, Illinois.
Yeah, that's only a couple hours from me. I'm there. I'm going. I'm bringing the dragon outfits. It's gonna be epic again, and this time, what am I talking about? I'm gonna get stuck in the booth anyway. But some people are gonna come over and see me, and I'm gonna talk to some people. So I just get stuck in the booth. That's what happens. And then y'all are over there live streaming, hanging out at the YouTube booth, and I'm stuck at LRB's booth slinging plants.
Oh, well, I don't know. I'd prefer to be at a booth making money. I mean, paying my bills, keeping myself in the hobby. What's up?
I didn't even know there was like an aquatic lizard. I didn't even get to see that in person because I didn't
either.
That far.
Yeah, I missed that too. Was that in that like Amazon room?
Yeah. It was in that big giant thing in there.
Nope, missed it. I went in the Amazon room, did a little walkthrough. I saw the geckos, I saw the beta fish, and I saw what's his name? He was in there. He had his booth in there, and I felt like I would have liked to seen him out in the rest of the event. Brian, something systems, aquatic systems.
Oh yeah, okay.
He's a really nice guy. He's got a YouTube channel. Dang, what's his in the name of his channel? I feel so bad. I don't. But his name is Brian, though, right?
Yeah, I'm totally bringing snails next time too, man. So many people were asking for snails, and I'm like, bro, I got snails all day. Why didn't we bring snails?
Oh yeah.
Starved people were for snails.
Well, and realizing now that there wasn't a lot of vendors for freshwater, like if I had freshwater plant and animal livestock, like, well, I'd bring everything I could because you've got no competition, really.
I had no idea. We definitely didn't bring enough shrimp. We're going to next time, though, I think. I don't know. He makes all the plans. I just get in the van and carry stuff and move fish and change water. Be a dragon.
Bob Kaler, he's been in here this whole time. Did you say hi to him? I didn't say hi to him yet.
Bob knows that I love him. Hi is implied.
Okay. Yeah. No, we're not ignoring you.
Bob is like OG squad. He just is.
Right. That's kind of what I feel like. I do that with some people when I'll see them in the chat, but I'm like, okay, they're here. Like even Candy, and I won't say hi to her, and I don't mean to be ignoring her. It's just like, of course Candy's here.
Yeah. I have to tell Candy I love her, though. I think she needs to know that.
Oh yeah.
Important. And Bob just knows, right, Bob? A lot of intricate relationships within the fish fam. Anyway, so I got 32 tanks of water to clean, and that 240 is just getting greener the longer we sit here, I'm sure.
The green's good.
Not in the 240. I need to see in there. There's some sweet catfish in there. Have you seen those catfish? Some things are dope.
No, I thought that had rainbows in it.
The 240? It has discus and catfish and pandagoras, bro, and no filter.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different tank.
Big tank, big 240. Catfish, these big giant weird catfish. They're so awesome. I forget what they're called. Discus. There's some rainbows. There's pandagoras. There's a little bit of everything in that tank. Siamese algae eater. And it's green. Oh, Selby's half beaks. Those are in there. And there's no filter and no air, bro. Catfish and discus. The man's a crazy person.
Yeah, I'm at a point now. I've got a lot of tanks where I just have an air stone, maybe an air stone. And I'm not trying to like make a deal about it because I don't want to get the heat from people from it. I will either way, but I'm just kind of like, it's my thing. I'm not trying to say, hey, go out and do it this way. I'm doing my own thing. It's my experiments. It's my stuff. But yeah, I'm at a point now where I've just got it's for me. It's like keep it simple. And there's a lot of tanks that I have now that are just leaf litter. Like that is the substrate. That
Yep.
is the base of the tank. Is just a 2-inch bed of leaf litter, and I've got little seed shrimp and infusoria running all over the tank. And if I could just get some fish to spawn in those tanks to fry, would be awesome. They'd be happy. There'd be so much food, and then just start with the baby brine shrimp and the microworms. It'd be gold. It'd be good.
Yep. It's all about the plants. Dwayne's right. It's all about the plants, bro.
Oh
Anybody who
yeah,
doesn't know how LRB does it, that man's got more trust in nature than any person I have seen on the planet. That's how he does it. He just goes, here's water and plants. Nature.
right.
Do it.
But I have a lot of planted tanks, and I do totally agree. I would say, what's the best? You asked the question, what's the best filtration out there? Obviously, plants, number one. But I also have a lot of tanks here that are black water aquariums, no plants, low light, but no plants, heavy tannins, low pH. I don't have algae on the glass. It's crystal clear water besides the tent, and they're balanced. They have a cycle. They have plenty of microorganisms living in there and keeping it balanced. But it's, it doesn't have to be plants. Though. You're still can I love these tanks that I have where it's just they're definitely balanced and happy.
Even just the substrate will balance it.
Yeah, the leaves. Well, and it takes time. I think a lot of people think you put leaves in a tank and all of a sudden your pH is going to go down. It takes
it's your water changes. So the reason that you have balance in your black water tanks without plants using a Wallstead method is because you do water changes. You're literally making it rain. You are nature.
Mm-hmm.
That's how nature works.
Oh, well, and then when it comes to the botanicals, I let them go. You get 6 months down the road, and now they're breaking down to a point, and you have enough of a bed of leaf litter, and now it's actually buffering. It's acting like an active substrate, and it's buffering the water column and is bringing your pH down. But it's not. It's going to take 6 months to get that. It's not patience.
Patience, young dragon.
Yeah. You gotta love it. You gotta want to do it for the long term. There's no magic tricks, nothing overnight.
Yep. All right. Well,
okay.
I gotta stop nerding out and go nerd out. And what's this say? Mind blown at Aquashella by Lucas and Haley. Y'all made my tank maintenance much simpler lately, right? Just change water and put plants in there. Let nature do it. Life's gonna be a whole lot easier.
Nice.
Stop trying to fight. Stop trying to fight it, bro. Just let nature handle it.
Yep. Go with the flow, man. Go with it, man. Go with it.
Dwayne wants to know how many underwater plants you saw in Peru in the wild.
None.
0? That's crazy.
That's why I like my black. I mean, after seeing that, and it's like, I came back and I'm just like, leaves. Leaves in my aquariums and turning the lights off too, because a lot of these places they live their whole life in a very tinted, low light environment, and they feel safe that way. They're comfortable.
I found the other day. That there's that green water tank in Lucas's garage. It's been green water for forever. It's finally clearing out because we got enough plant matter in it. It's eating up the green water. I did a water change on it yesterday, and I found what's either a black neon or an emperor tetra in there.
Cool.
Those things totally bred because you couldn't see in there at all.
Or imperial. It's probably an imperial tetra, not emperor.
Imperial.
No, emperor. No. I'm sorry. No, it's probably an imperial tetra, not. No, I'm sorry. It's an emperor tetra.
Emperor tetra.
Imperial is what I have, which everybody gets them confused, but they're not really. These are from. They're not in the hobby.
These are big old emperor tetras.
They look almost exactly the same though. They have the black bar, the lateral line, and then the gold stripe. But on the imperial tetra, which you probably have there, the black goes farther down the body. And on an imperial tetra, it's a real defined black line that stays up high. It doesn't fade out down the fish's body. Yeah, there's it's the only way to tell the difference. And then the red, the males, and the imperial tetra from Peru, the males have more red on their fins, and the females lack the red on their fins. They're a little bit more pale and obviously a little rounder, a little bit more of a belly when they have got eggs. But
that's how I always tell female tetras. I never figure out how to tell the difference until one of the females gets fat. And I'm like, that's a female.
right? Or they're always a little. It seems like in most species they're a little more rounder.
Yeah, they look like a
Little-
female. They got hips.
Yeah, they got curves.
Curves. Like, no, that fish has some curves. That's got to be a chick.
Right.
Okay,
Alrighty.
the race is on. Let's see who cleans more tanks first.
Oh, you're what you won already.
Yeah, you don't have that many.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
Alrighty.
all right,
Well, you.
everybody good. Thanks for hanging out and listening to us nerd out a little bit and talk about some randomness. And
Mhm.
I'm gonna let Joseph do his sign off because look how cheesed up he is, and he wants to do his little.
No. I'm good. I just thanks. No, I wanted to say thank you for having me on your channel and hanging out. It's nice to geek out and just chill out for a minute. I'm stuck on this little island that I don't have. I'm the weird fish guy. I got no one to talk to, man.
You're definitely the weird fish guy, but we can nerd out anytime, bro.
Yeah,
That's what it's all about.
that's it.
Anyway,
All right.
all right, you guys be good. I'm gonna end this. I don't know how. Hang on, let me find a button that does some things. Which button? Oh yeah, like and subscribe. Bear's yelling at me because I don't ever say that. Anyway,
Bob got you in the last minute there.
yeah, he's a good guy. That's what he does. He gets me. Oh no, he gave me a $10 super chat. OG squad. That's why you're OG squad, Bob. I love you. Thank you. I will hug Wesley for you, Dwayne. As soon as I can get there. It's gonna take me an hour, and I gotta find some pants because I can't go in these pajamas. So, I think this is the right button. Let's see if I can function and stop this broadcast. See you later, guys.